monster, you say damn monster, monster. Yeah, when I say monster, you say damn monster, monster. That's right, we got the green light, it's a party in the pit tonight. Let's go, this is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get out, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on earth. It's the monster.
Cleveland, this is Monster Jam. Monster Jam fans, I often say here at Monster Jam, we're at the mercy of these Monster Jam trucks, and I just don't expect to get evidence of that statement so early on in the event. Bringing you guys some breaking news that's happening right on the track. You can see John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity, unable to pull off that track for the start of the event. We do have to be able to take him into the back Monster Jam crash zone. It's there that he will be working on that truck. Now, lucky for us, we've got our pit reporter, Alex Miniak. He's going to give us the scoop on that story, get us all the details, and give us live updates on what that means for terminal velocity in the competition. And Alex, while we prepare to clear the track, let's talk about this track, because we've got Cleveland dirt right here, and these track conditions I know can play a vital part in each competition. So talk to us, what kind of track conditions are we dealing with now?
Yeah, Keaton, I mean, right now we're dealing with really slick track conditions. The watering trucks came out just before the start of the event here this afternoon, and they went down that track because it was super dusty. It was kicking up a lot of dirt. It was dry. Now what you got is a really wet surface, and you've got a lot of moisture in there, too, from pit party earlier on this morning, so it could be a little slick as they hit those turns here in Cleveland this afternoon.
I think some of the toughest things about track conditions, and you said it, Alex, is there's almost like a perfect balance between moisture in that dirt and dryness. So as we watch the racing competition, too much dryness, which we call kind of like a loamy layer of dirt on top. It would be like if you're playing in the sandbox. That type of dryness on top of the track, it can mean speed in the racing competition, but you want a little bit of moisture to give you that control. The BKT tires need to bite on that track. So we'll see exactly how these drivers navigate the track with a few race passes to begin.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, it's two different driving styles, too. Do you want a sharp, precise turn, or do you want something like Tokyo Drift Fast and Furious coming around that turn cone? We'll have to see how this strategy plays out with the track here this afternoon.
Monster Jam fans, a lot of excitement already. It's going to get crazy, but we've got to get into this first competition. This one's called JCB Racing. We've got our 8 Monster Jam superstars seated into an order based on a random draw. Whoever can get around this track the fastest will be crowned the winner and claim those first very important points in our overall event championship leaderboard. So we've got one question to kick this thing off. Cleveland, who's ready for JCB Racing?
Up first, it's Toro Robbins in Plain Crazy. Montana Robbins and Plain Crazy, just 19 years old, a second-generation driver. He's going to be one of those drivers thrashing on the truck, but today he hopes it's dialed in for speed. Let's go green! The time for Montana Robbins and Plain Crazy is an 18.317. A tough go for him there in the racing competition. You see it on the Super Glued to the Action replay. Really important thing, this is one of the disadvantages of being first out on the track. Some people may argue you've got a clean, untouched track, but you're going to miss out on some insight that you gain from watching fellow competitors go first. So we've learned a little bit about the track with just that one race pass, but there you have it. It's a time of an 18.317. Next up, it's Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash is no stranger to speed, but behind the wheel of this 12,000 unicorn, let's see what she's got. The time for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash is a 12.542. You see the highlights there in the Super Glued to the Action replay, and it might surprise you, but these runs that don't look perfectly smooth are actually the runs that are going to have those faster race pass times. The way that the track's designed, that third corner can really be tricky, so the drivers will approach it in that manner. You see Sparkle Smash coming in with a time of a 12.542. Next up, it's Cody Saucier in Dragon. Cody Saucier in Dragon consistently with that 9-second race pass. He's the only driver here for so far for all three events to get a race pass in the 9-second bracket. Can he do it again? Let's go green! The time for Cody Saucier in Dragon is a 10.560. Dragon's Cody Saucier took the win in the JCB Racing competition in our second event here in Rocket Arena. You can see he climbs to the top of the leaderboard with the fastest time so far. It's a time of a 10.560. Next up, it's John Zimmer in Megalodon. John Zimmer, the driver with the most seat time here on the series, but his experience goes beyond being in that seat. It's under that truck thrashing and getting it dialed in. Competition ready. Let's go racing. The time for Megalodon is 11.456. There you have it. Check it out on the Super Glued to the Action replay. I mentioned that third corner. This is one of the examples where it adds a little trouble. Too much speed on the third corner can kind of swing your back two BKT tires across that track, combined with that top dry layer of soil. It might get you too far back. So Megalodon really had to make up on that speed approaching that last ramp. Again, coming in with a time of 11.456. Next up, it's Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger pulls to that racing line, looking to get a racing pass with 9 seconds. So far, a 10.4, his fastest time. Can he beat it here? A fast pass turning to that official Monster Jam clock. It's a 10.652 for Gravedigger. A 10.652. It's close enough to that fastest time, but right now not fast enough. A clean pass, though. Let's check it out on the Super Glued to the Action replay. I think maybe one of the smoothest, faster passes we've seen all weekend here. Just absolutely attributing to the skill of Brandon Arthur behind the wheel. No easy track to do such a smooth pass on. Right now, that is the second fastest time. Gravedigger coming in with that time of a 10.652. Next up, it's Triton Robbins in a Crazy Train. Just last night, Crazy Train took the JCB Racing win. Triton Robbins came into that race with a race pass time of a 9.724. One today that would be able to take that top spot. But it's a track, a new event, and a brand new competition. Let's go green! Check him out at 9.745. That is the fastest time we've seen so far. Triton Robbins proving consistency is key, and he absolutely holds that key in his hands. Check it out. The Super Glued to the Action replay highlights those moments. It's not a smooth pass, but it doesn't need to be smooth. It just needs to be fast. That's exactly what Triton Robbins has done right here, taking to the top of that leaderboard once again with that time of a 9.745. Next up, let's hear it for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. MJ Solorio and El Toro Loco, determined to get that top spot, knows it's a tall order ahead of him. He's got to use those technical skills, be tight on the corners, fast on the straightaways. The time for MJ Solorio El Toro Loco is 11.398. Cleveland, that means your winner of the JCB Racing competition, Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. Triton Robbins, a Crazy Train, walks away back to back, the second time here this weekend. He takes home that JCB Racing win. And talk about consistency today, coming in with a time of a 9.745. Yesterday wins with a time of a 9.724. This man knows the definition of consistency and knows that that's what it takes to get to the top of the pod. Triton Robbins unstraps from his truck, learns he wins, and is right here on the track. Cleveland, let him hear you.
Triton Robbins here running up to the pod, man. I'll give you a second to catch your breath here, but 2 days in a row, you were the fastest train in the land. You have mastered this track here in Cleveland. Talk about the intel you're using, what you're feeling to get these racing wins.
I tell you what, it's an intense ride out there. All the crazy fans telling me that I'm doing great. I even got tech guys telling me, man, your truck is hole shotting like crazy. You got it in the bag. You just got to nail that final turn. And we did that here tonight in Cleveland. So what do you guys think?
Hey, so far so good. You got those 8 points out of the gate. The two-wheel skills challenge is up next. What is the train cooking up under that hood?
Well, you never know. This track is very unpredictable. It's pretty tacky, but it's pretty slick at the same time. So we'll do some two-wheel moves, hopefully some combos, maybe even put it up on two wheels. Who knows?
We'll have to see. He's going to leave us in suspense again. Triton Robbins, Crazy Train.
Montana Robbins and playing crazy feels out that track. Making his way to the pod for attempt number 1. shut the truck off, Cleveland. He just shut it off. He's showing off for you there at tip number 1, Montana Robbins and Playing Crazy. Only at Monster Jam is it absolutely incredible when that truck is shut off there. I don't think any of us would be able to see any plane be that crazy anywhere else. I don't know, Cleveland. We might have been in a situation of risk and reward there for Montana Robbins. That truck shut off may not have been on purpose that second time. We're going to get word from him and find out. But man, oh man, we don't see this anywhere else. We're pushing the trucks to the limit. And as a driver, you have to figure out, is that going to be worth it? Is that risk going to be there? You guys determine it right now. Scoring is open. You see those ribbon boards turned red and the QR code. Score now at judgeszone.com. Let's take a look at the Super Glue, glued to the action replay. Cleveland, we tell you, these events are unlike any other. We've seen unprecedented stuff happen right here, and that truly says and speaks to the level that these drivers are pushing these trucks. Up on 2 BKT tires there, takes it up and over the pod. A confident stop, but we're gonna find out exactly what you thought. Your scores are locked in for Montana Robbins in Playing Crazy. You decided a 7.117 will be that score to beat.
Monster Jam fans, it's time to play Name That Truck. And we've got Akeem here. Can we give a Monster Jam welcome to Akeem? Cleveland, can we do a little bit better than that? I think it's his birthday. Can we do a little bit better than that? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, Akeem, check out the video screen right up there, and a truck is going to start to appear. If you can name the truck before the time is up, I've got a cool prize. Okay, Cleveland, help him out. We want him to walk away with a prize. So we've got some black and green, maybe a tombstone or two. Okay, you think you got it already, or you need some more time?
You said, huh?
Which one do you think it is?
Gravedigger.
Say it a little louder.
Gravedigger.
All right, Akeem guessed Gravedigger. Let's figure this out. Let's find out. Oh, I think you might be right. I think you might be right. It might be Gravedigger. And it's Gravedigger! That's what I'm talking about, Akeem. Turn around, give me a high five. Bam, and you know what? You're gonna walk away with your very own Gravedigger hat. One more time, make some noise, Cleveland!
Well, Carlos, we clearly have some winners in the stands right here in Rocket Arena, and I want to check in on another competition. It's actually not one happening out on the track. Let's take a look at the St. Jude Ambassador of the Event leaderboard. Cleveland, check this out. You guys are absolutely showing up and showing out. Major donations already made. This is fantastic. So let's take a look here. Really close race. I mean, check it out. Gravedigger's got some crazy train. It looks like by the tiniest lead, we've got a couple ties going on. But John Zimmer in Megalodon, he could really use some love. So could Cody Saucier in Dragon. If you're a Dragon fan, if you're a Megalodon fan, let's show some love to these drivers here. Not $1 yet under that truck name. So you guys scan that QR code now. Even just $1 here today gets your favorite driver in the running to have a chance at walking away with that title of St. Jude Ambassador of the Event. Now, we also crown a 2026 St. Jude Ambassador of the Year. So you can know that your dollar not only helped your favorite driver here today, but the whole year. And most importantly, help those families in need affected by childhood cancer. Remember, St. Jude makes sure that the families never receive a bill, not for housing, food, or anything. We are all so lucky here today to be able to have a blast with our families, to be together. But here today, you can help families who don't get that chance. We can fight the fight right now with your help. Scan that QR code, pick your favorite driver, and we will announce and crown a St. Jude Ambassador at the end of today's event. We're ready to get back to the action. Make some noise for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. tip number 1 for Logan Ashline here in Sparkle Smash. You saw her. She had her eyes set on that log stack. She went in confident, lined up straight, and popped that unicorn up on 2 BKT tires like it's nothing. We'll see what she's got here planned for the second attempt.
Monster Jam fans, make some noise. It's Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash. 2 solid hits. Go to judgeszone.com. Let us know what you thought. Judgeszone.com. Score now.
Logan Ashline putting some confidence on the track there. You saw her head up to that first log stack on attempt number 1. Absolute confidence coming from that unicorn up on 2 BKT tires. You would never know that this young driver is fair in her career. She's out there driving like the rest of them, and hopefully for your high scores. Let's check it out. The score for Logan Ashline is... Check her out, a 7.617. That is the new score to beat. Two trucks so far gone into that pack. Keep in mind, as you score at judgeszone.com, never too late to join in on that scoring. Your 1 score alone could help make that difference for your favorite Monster Jam driver. Make sure you're scoring now at judgeszone.com. Next up, he's your JCB Racing winner, Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. He's got to be feeling confident here today. 2 JCB Racing wins under his belt, hoping to ride that wave of momentum, keep up those points. He sits at the top spot with 8 points in first place. Triton Robbins, we're going to see some surgical precision here on an approach for this attempt number 1. Let's see what he's got. One attempt down, 1 attempt remaining for Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. Feeling out the track, getting a good feel for those track conditions. Let's see, same approach on that attempt number 1, but I think he's got something different up his sleeve.
Bringing the creativity, the combos, and the fun. Triton Robbins, Crazy Train. Cleveland scoring is open.
Triton Robbins and Crazy Train coming in with confidence, and you can see with that control exactly why. Here we see 2 successful maneuvers. 1 even turned into a combo. A smart move. Triton Robbins knows that if he wants a chance at that trophy again, he absolutely has to throw down. He's up against that current score to beat right now, held by Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. It's a score of a 7.617. The score for Triton Robbins in Crazy Train is... That's right, an 8.268. Absolutely enough to take the lead. Hard work pays off for Triton Robbins and Crazy Train as he takes to the top of the leaderboard. The first 8-point score far here in the competition. We'll see for the rest of the pack. Will Triton Robbins be able to hold on, go back to back, and almost on his way to a clean sweep? or will one of the other drivers have something to say? Next to the track, it's John Zimmer in Megalodon. A nice square approach, leading up for something big. All right, attempt number 1 already underway. Like, I don't know about SeaWorld, but I think this puts any of that to shame. You can't see a Megalodon shark do that anywhere. That's happening only here at Monster Jam.
Scoring is open. John Zimmer Sr. in Megalodon. Judgeszone.com, judgeszone.com. Score now.
John Zimmer and Megalodon, you can see exactly why he's swimming into his 21st season here. It's practically in his bones. He's able to balance that truck just on the tip of that Megalodon nose. That body's just fiberglass. We heard him say before, it's like balancing on a piece of paper. But that's 12,000 pounds and no easy feat. But you have no easy job either, being the official judges. So let's go ahead and take a look at the scores. John Zimmer in Megalodon coming in with a 7.919. A solid score right now, good enough for second place. Halfway through the pack here in the two-wheel skills competition, you can see exactly how much those scores matter. Even down to the thousandth point, it matters with how many points will be added to that driver's score. So they're out here gunning for all 8. Crazy Train Triton Robbins remains in the lead. Next up, make some noise for Cody Saucier in Dragon. All right, let's see how pleased Cody Saucier is with that attempt number 1. We're going to see what he's got here for attempt number 2.
One more time, make some noise, Cody Saucier in Dragon. You see those ribbon boards, they're red, that means scoring is open.
Cody Saucier here in Dragon. You see a little bit of difficulty with those track conditions on the second attempt, but that first attempt is definitely one to watch, and frankly, the one that you as the official judges, you'll be scoring. So take a look at this reverse popper there from Cody Saucier. Something different, throwing something different onto the track. So we've got your scores officially locked in. We're gonna take a look at those in just a second here. Cody Saucier throwing down with a 6.075. Right now, that score is good enough for 5th place. He took the win in this competition just last night. Make some noise for Brendan Arthur in Gravedigger. Brandon Arthur coming into today's event with yesterday's win on his mind, hopefully giving him a boost of confidence here to be able to carry that momentum into this competition up on 2 BKT tires. We hear you loud and clear, Cleveland. Let's see what he'll do for attempt number 2.
Two attempts from Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. QR code is up. Use the code CLE and score now.
Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger out here on the track saying, this is not chance or luck, it's consistency. I'm looking to take 2 wins back to back, but he can't do it without your help. You saw some 2 successful gnarly maneuvers there, and we've seen how vital it can be to get in those 2 maneuvers. Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay for those highlights. Teetering on the edge of destruction, but a masterclass in control. He's up against that score to beat right now, held by Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. It's an 8.268. The score for Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger is an 8.456. You got it, Cleveland. There you have it. We have a new leader. Gravedigger takes to the top of that leaderboard, moving Triton Robbins and Crazy Train currently down to 2nd place. Anyone who wants that top spot will need better than an 8.4. Next up, it's MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. With 1 2-wheel competition win under his belt here in Rocket Arena, I know MJ Solorio's looking to go home with 2 competition wins. He's got his eyes on the prize. Let's see which ramp is calling his name. Squared up to that log stack. Let's see what he's got. Confidence, control, and absolute precision. MJ Solorio, attempt number 1. Squares up for attempt number 2. Now, I've come to know MJ. He's got a technique here, but he does this little charge there with the bull right on brand, but it's for a reason. He's feeling out the track conditions, testing out the grip on the other end of that ramp, because that's exactly where he plans to use that track and make it his stage. Let's check it out. What's he got for us for attempt number 2? The steering wheel's out the window, Cleveland!
And that is how he sets it down on all 4 BKT tires. MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco.
MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. He said, I don't need that steering wheel. Check me out. Tosses it out the window. He says, somebody call Lupe Souza. I want him to know that legacy is alive and strong. The energy's electric here in Rocket Arena, and we've got your scores locked in. MJ Solorio's up against that score, a beat by Brandon Arthur and Gravedigger. It's a score of an 8.456. The score for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco is your winner of the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge is MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. A perfect victory, celebrating 25 years of El Toro Loco. That victory's got to be sweet. He's got the next 8 points and takes to the top of the leaderboard in the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge.
MJ, how good does that feel? You rode that momentum from last night's wicked freestyle into this Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. You got to be riding a good high right now.
Absolutely. You know, I'll hand this over to you. I don't need that at this point in time. Hey, last night didn't go my way. I had to come out and throw down an amazing freestyle last night. I'm riding that energy all the way into today. I always call it Sunday Fun Day. I told y'all I'm going to give you guys everything I got for this last event, and I'm giving you a little taste right there. If you thought that was cool, just wait till freestyle, baby. That 12,000-pound bull going to be flying in the air. A toda mi gente, te dije, lo íbamos a darle y a darle con todo. Y así lo vamos a dejar. Hey, Cleveland, buckle up. We're just getting started. Let's have some fun.
MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco.
A big congratulations to our two competition winners here. 2 competitions underway means it's time for Monster Jam halftime. We want to encourage you to use this time, get up, stretch your legs, head to maybe grab a snack. Definitely check out our Monster Jam merchandise stands where we've got the latest Spin Master diecast trucks and so much more. A perfect way to remember the day. But after halftime, you're going to want to make your way back to your seats because not only will Alex Miniak be bringing us that pit report brought to you by Northern Tool Equipment, but we're also going to get to see the 4 daredevils of freestyle motocross take to the sky and compete in the best trick competition. So we've got tons of action, not to mention Monster Jam Freestyle still to come. We want to encourage you to use this time, relax, but first, there's a very important message we've got, Cleveland, but it's not from me. It could be from you or your friends and family. Keep your eyes right here and check out our messages. Kenny Haskell, Kenny Bartram, and Josh Hedford.
That's right, Monster Jam fans. Flags are green. That means we are good to go for the high-flying freestyle motocross part of our event today. If you thought our Monster Jam drivers were going high during the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge, we got something for you. These FMX riders are going to touch the very top of Rocket Arena, and of course, we'll need your help. Remember, all we need is your voices. The louder you scream, the higher they fly. Remember that for me. The louder you scream, the higher they fly. Let's try it. The louder you scream, the higher they fly. Brendan Reardon hitting that jump. Kenny Haskell coming through. Doing that heel clicker cowboy. Yeah, that's Cowboy Kenny right there. And finally, Josh Hedford. Doing a little captain's pose right there. That is nice. Seat grab action. We're seeing it all today in Cleveland. Another seat grab variation there. Cliff hanging. Another one. And another one. You know, if this is anything like last night when we get to the FMX Best Trick Competition, they are going to do nothing but try to outdo themselves. Lazy Boy and a seat grab. They're pulling out all the tricks for you, Cleveland. Oh, a little taste of the FMX Best Trick Competition. All right, Monster Jam fans, it is now time for said competition as we line up on the pod here. This is the FMX Best Trick Competition. This is where we need you, Cleveland. When those screens go red, just like we did during the two-wheel skills challenge, we need you to score at judgeszone.com. Judgeszone.com. Again, you'll have 20 seconds using that code CLE to give our Monster Jam FMX riders the scores they deserve. They are going to give you the absolute best tricks that they own in their back pocket, and they are ready to show off. So now, the only question I have for you is who's ready for the FMX Best Trick Competition?
Up first, make some noise for Brendan Reardon. Brendan Reardon's from Worcester, Massachusetts. He has over 24 years of riding experience. He's a 2017 ISDE gold medalist, and today he's throwing down his best trick on his Honda CRF 450.
Ooh, letting go with that seat grab to get things started. Score it now at judgeszone.com. Judgeszone.com. You got 20 seconds using that code CLE. That's a fun way to get into the best trick competition, isn't it, Keaton?
Absolutely. Brendan Reardon, you saw him up on that video board. Let's get go of the bike completely at peak height. Absolute insanity there with the rock solid. Let's check it out here. We've got the scores locked in. The score for Brendan Reardon is, check it out, a high score at 8.259. That is going to be the score to beat. Up next, make some noise for Kenny Haskell. Kenny Haskell's from Boston, Massachusetts. He's been riding since he was just 5 years old. He's raced motocross. He's rode overseas in Japan, in Singapore, in Argentina, and Brazil. And he's been riding for Monster Jam since 2014. Off the track, he's a dad to 2 young boys, but today throws down on his Yamaha YZ 252 stroke.
Whoa! Now we're getting the backflip party started. Score that now if you like it at judgeszone.com. Judgeszone.com. You got 20 seconds again. Scan the code using CLE.
Kenny Haskell, second to go here in the best trick competition, looking to knock out his good friend and competitor, Brendan Reardon. Let's check it out. The score beat is, of course, held by Brendan Reardon, that 8.259. The score for Kenny Haskell is... check it out, an 8.938. That is the new score to beat. Coming up next, put your hands together for Kenny Bartram. Kenny Bartram's from Stillwater, Oklahoma, and they call him Cowboy Kenny. He's a 10-time X Games medalist and a 10-time Gravity Games medalist. Today, he's throwing down on his KTM 450.
I don't know if I've seen a cowboy fly that high. Score it now at judgeszone.com. Judgeszone.com. You got 20 seconds to get your score in for Cowboy Kenny. You know, we'll call him the Space Cowboy Kenny. How about that, Keaton?
That's right. This is my favorite part, Alex, the Battle of the Kennys. It happens right here, right now, and only at Monster Jam. Kenny Haskell with that score to beat of an 8.938. The score for Kenny Bartram is so close, Cleveland, at 8.925. We're talking thousandths of a point here, but Kenny Haskell remains in the lead. One final rider to go. Make some noise for Josh Hedford. Josh Hedford's from Asheville, North Carolina. And 2026 marks his 20th year of riding. He's been riding with Monster Jam for over 10 years, and he's competed in Nitro Circus and Night of Jumps in Europe. Today, he throws down his Kawasaki 450.
Whoa, backflip and let's go. Score it now at judgeszone.com. Judgeszone.com. You got 20 seconds. Keaton, I don't know if you saw Josh, but he was shrugging his shoulders like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then he pulls that trick.
Absolutely, and that's exactly the attitude you can expect from these daredevils. It comes with ease. It's nothing, no big for them, but we are absolutely losing our minds here in Rocket Arena. So let's check out the scores. The score to beat right now held by Kenny Haskell. It's an 8.938. The score for Josh Hedford is... There you have it, a 9.813. Cleveland, your winner of the best trick competition, Josh Hedford.
You know, Cleveland, we're not done yet. If you thought that was high flying, we got something in store for you. This is called the Monster Jam Train. Yes, our FMX riders are going to hit that jump one after the next, after the next, after the next in a train formation. And every time they roll through the station, they're going to give you a different kind of trick to show off even more of their skills. This time, coordinated together. And again, the rule still applies. The louder you scream, the higher they fly. So on the count of three, I want you out of your seats, on your feet. 1, 2, 3. Coming through the station with the whip train. But you know what? I hear that locomotive revving up again. Chugga, 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 chugga. Here they come. Cleveland, do you want to see another train? Let's go. We call that one the Trick Train. That one just pulled into its destination right here in Cleveland, Ohio now. Oh, they're coming back for more, but they want to hear you. All right, when this train leaves the station, I'm going to need you to give me a big choo-choo on the count of three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The backflip train. Give it up for the riders of Monster Jam Freestyle Motocross.
That's right, Cleveland. One more time. Make some noise. Brendan Reardon, Kenny Haskell, Kenny Bartram, and Josh Hedford.
Josh Hedberg, winner of the FMX Best Trick Competition. I'm getting used to seeing you up here. You're so talented. Man, you're just hanging from the skies up there. To you, I'm sure it seems effortless. You were shrugging your shoulders before. You were like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go pull that off. How effortless is it for you? I'm sure it takes years of practice to get to that level, right?
Oh, yeah, that one's a little bit extreme. You got to work out a lot and lift a lot of heavy weights in order to do that because you're kind of hanging on to a 250-pound dirt bike. I'm like 185 pounds with all my gear on. And, you're just kind of dangling upside down. You got to get back on as quick as you can. So it's interesting.
And you did it to perfection. In fact, almost perfection in that score. That was a 9.8 and change. You've been able to do it here in Cleveland. What makes Cleveland so special for you that you're able to master the skies like you do here?
Man, it's just the fans. You guys coming out, supporting us, yelling, screaming, all the kids. Yeah, you guys inspire us to do this, so that's why we're here.
You know what? That is the fuel that fuels you and your bike. Give it up for the FMX Best Trick Competition winner, Josh Hedberg.
Cleveland, this is the pinnacle of the event. This is Monster Jam Freestyle. Let's get those shark jaws in the air for John Zimmer in Megalodon. QR code is up. Scoring is open.
John Zimmer in Megalodon kicking off freestyle, reminding the rest of the competition he's been here the longest. He's kicking off freestyle, fills the clock, takes advantage of multiple obstacles out on that course with clean execution. That's the type of machine control that we are looking from the entire series here. We've got your scores locked in. Let's check it out. John Zimmer in Megalodon earns here in the freestyle competition a 7.509. Remember, Monster Jam fans, you can have a say at judgeszone.com. One competitor down here in freestyle. You get a little bit of a taste of what we're going to see from the rest of the pack. This bar is set. That score is locked in. So make sure you've got a say in who's walking away with the next 8 points. He rolled up his sleeves, he fixed that truck, and he's back and ready for Monster Jam Freestyle. Cleveland, make some noise for Triton Robbins in Plain Crazy.
I hope you had your seatbelt buckled, because this ride is getting plain crazy. Montana Robbins throwing it down one more time in freestyle. Scoring is open.
Montana Robbins, what a comeback. That run had to feel good out in freestyle. He knew he had to come back and do something big. Every moment mattered in that freestyle run, and we saw that exactly through his driving. He knew it came down to this moment. Lots of pressure was on him. So let's see exactly what your scores are. He's up against that score to beat right now, held by John Zimmer and Megalodon. It's a score of a 7.509. The score for Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy is... What a comeback indeed, a 7.949. That takes him to the top of the leaderboard and holding out that score to beat. A big moment for Montana Robbins and Plain Crazy. A little bit of a relief there to get back out, tear up the track, and fill that freestyle clock. We'll see how long will he be able to hold on to that top score. Will it take him all the way to 8 points, or will someone else want to say? Nothing says it's freestyle time like Logan Ashline hitting the track here in Sparkle Smash. Scoring is open for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. Man, oh man, what a freestyle run. But you see those ribbon boards, they're turned red. Scan that QR code, lock in your scores right now because time is running out. The confetti cannon kicks off her freestyle run, and though she may not have ended on 4 BKT tires, she gave it all she's got. That 1,500 horsepower put to real work right here in this unicorn. Logan Ashline's out here showing that she's willing to take the risk, willing to push that truck to the edge. And right now, hoping that it was all for those high scores. We've got them locked in. Let's check it out. She's up against that score to beat right now, held by Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. It's a score of a 7.949. The score for Sparkle Smash is... Cleveland, take a look at that board. It's an 8.274. Logan Ashline takes to the top of the leaderboard with that score to beat. That risk was absolutely worth that reward. Sparkle Smash Logan Ashline takes to that top spot here in freestyle with that score of an 8.274. Monster Jam fans, before we continue on to the freestyle competition, this track has got to get clear. I know this next competitor wants a clear track for their freestyle run. MJ Solorio and El Toro Loco says, bring it on. He is ready. No intimidation there. You see that signal, Cleveland? What could that mean? These next 60 seconds will define the details and the outcome for MJ Solorio. But that track is just about clear. Make some noise for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. He might be headed for the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp.
Una vez más, un aplauso para MJ Solorio, el Toro Loco.
You heard Carlos, and if you don't speak Spanish, luckily I think we all speak horsepower. The Rocket Arena is ready for takeoff, powered by MJ Solorio and El Toro Loco. The fastest, the cleanest, maybe the meanest backflip we've seen all weekend. It all comes down to your scores. He's up against that score to beat right now, held by Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash. It's a score of an 8.274. The score for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco is there you have it, a 9.480. MJ Solorio takes to that top spot on the leaderboard. Man, oh man, a mean freestyle run, and that backflip, it was clean. If you got that on your smartphone, you better post that to social media. I know MJ Solorio is going to be looking up to see who got the best angle of that gnarly backflip. All for your high scores. We're going to see, will he be able to hold on for the rest of the competition? A mean run. I would not want to follow that act, but lucky for us, we've got the professionals. They're ready. They're competitive. Next to the track, it's Cody Saucier in Dragon.
Fire-breathing fury, it's Cody Saucier in Dragon. JudgesZone.com, ribbon boards are red, QR code is up, score now.
Cody Saucier in Dragon. Check him out on the Super Glue. Glued to the action replay. Always an excellent example of that throttle discipline. He keeps that truck settled, knowing exactly where he can push it and where he needs to pull back, all with a seamless transitions in between those hits. And of course, like we know, that Cody Saucier speed. We've got the scores locked in. Let's take a look for Cody Saucier in Dragon here in the freestyle competition. He's earned 7.823 right now. That score is good enough for 4th place. Monster Jam fans, as we move on throughout the freestyle competition here in Monster Jam, we also have to take a moment here to crown the St. Jude Ambassador of the event. I'm proud to announce, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Your St. Jude Ambassador of today's event is Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. That's right. He absolutely walks away with that title, a proud one at that, one that means the most to these Monster Jam drivers. He walks away with that St. Jude Ambassador of the event, which will not go unnoticed for the 2026 consideration of the St. Jude Ambassador of the Year. Now, just in case you didn't get a chance to donate, you've still got time. Scan that QR code and make a difference here today. But for all of you who donated, no matter how big or small, thank you so much from Monster Jam and St. Jude. You can leave the Rocket Arena here today knowing you've made a difference for families in need.
Coming up next, we've got Triton Robbins in Crazy Train! All aboard Triton Robbins, Crazy Train. Ribbon boards are red at JudgesZone.com. Scoring is open.
Triton Robbins here in freestyle, understanding exactly how vital these 60 seconds are. Here, having had that JCB Racing win, getting those 8 points, he knows that this freestyle run absolutely has to throw it down. We're getting your scores locked in. The score for Triton Robbins here in the freestyle competition, let's check it out. It's an 8.493. That score right now is good enough for 2nd place. Monster Jam fans, we're getting an update from Alex Miniak, our pit reporter. We've heard the story of terminal velocity, and it's coming down to the wire. Alex, you've been in the back watching that team work ferociously on the truck. Talk to us.
And they have worked hard, and fans, I've got some great news. Your series points leader is back, John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity.
They raced against the clock. They rolled up their sleeves. And this competitor is ready to show you exactly why he leads the series. Make some noise, John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. Wait just a second, Cleveland.
Cleveland, scoring is open. John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity.
Cleveland. A backflip after a comeback. John Zimmer Jr. says, "This is my moment. I'm taking it back. I'm showing everyone that target still belongs on my back, and I still belong in first place." Check it out on the Super Glue. Glued to the action replay. A speedy, confident approach, squared up perfect. I think the highest backflip we've seen all weekend. And you've got to do something big. He knew he missed those competitions and that those 60 seconds were vital. That's a statement run. He's up against a score to beat right now. It is held by MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. It's a score of a 9.480. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity is... a comeback with some victory, a 9.527. Freestyle called and John Zimmer Jr. answered. A 9.527 brings terminal velocity to the top of the leaderboard. And just when you think, Cleveland, it can't get bigger than this, we still have one truck remaining. Last but not least, it's Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. Wait a second!
Monster Jam fans, 3 backflips. Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. Judgeszone.com, make your voice heard. Score now.
Brandon Arthur determined that all of Cleveland remember who invented Monster Jam Freestyle. Brandon Arthur said, hang on a second. You can't forget about Gravedigger. He's behind the wheel and says, look at this freestyle. Cleveland, you better pat yourselves on the back. Bringing that energy is exactly why these drivers are fighting so hard for that competition win. A tough run up against some serious competition. And it all comes down to this. The scores are locked in. He's up against that score to beat. It's a 9.139 for Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger, which means your freestyle winner, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. A well-deserved freestyle win, but your overall event champion, MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco. MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco, walks away with that overall win, proving that consistency is key. He took the win in the two-wheel skills competition, laid down that gnarly freestyle run, and Cleveland, you helped crown this champion, MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco.
MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco. Man, you were feeling the highs of Cleveland, the lows of Cleveland, back on top. It's been a roller coaster for you, but you, my friend, are most certainly ending on a high note.
Absolutely. You know, a lot of monster trucks, and where it comes down to it, is big mental game. If you're in your own head, you're not focusing on what you need to do out here on the track. You know what? I want to give a huge shout out to this guy right behind me, John Zimmer Jr. and the entire Zimmer team. Man, them boys thrashed so hard to get that truck out here for you Monster Jam fans, and he just proved why he won freestyle. I was in the back cheering him on that entire time. But hey, coming home with this trophy, this is the first one of the weekend for me. Like you said, I had the highs, I had the lows. What better way than end up on top? A toda mi gente, te dije antes que lo íbamos a darle y a darle con todo. Y así lo dejamos. Cleveland, thank y'all for coming out and spending your hard-earned money so a kid like me can come out here and live his dream. Y'all could have chose to have been anywhere else today, but you chose to be right here at Monster Jam, and for that I'm forever grateful. Thank you, Cleveland. Get home safe. We'll see you next time.
MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco, your BKT overall event champion. You know, I can't end this day without talking to John Zimmer Jr., a Terminal Velocity. The fight and the spirit back there between you, your father, and your team. You didn't start the day great. You couldn't make it out for JCB Racing or two-wheel skills. And then your triumphant return for Monster Jam Freestyle. And my friend, just as expected, you put on a clinic.
Yeah, you know, sitting in the back, I'm super hard on myself when it comes to competing in these trucks. I hate to sit out on a competition. I know all these other drivers will pick up the slack when one of us is down, but I hate being back there. Me and my team thrashing on my truck to make it back just in time for freestyle, and I didn't care if I drove off this track. I was giving you guys one heck of a freestyle run, and I think I did just that. I set my truck as hard as I could, as long as I could. Man, that thing was holding on by bits and pieces, and seeing you fans jumping up and down after that massive backflip makes all that hard work worth it for me and my team. So thank you guys for coming out this weekend to Cleveland, and we'll see you next time.
John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity, your freestyle winner.
A big congratulations to John Zimmer Jr. of Terminal Velocity, who's one step closer to that Monster Jam World Finals automatic bid happening this year in Salt Lake City, Utah. Carlos, we don't always get to see 3 backflips. Cleveland brought the energy, and our drivers definitely delivered.
That, man, the storylines from today, from everything from another win for Crazy Train, and then the comeback at the end, all of a sudden, John Zimmer Jr. throwing a backflip, coming back from missing 2 competitions. We know how important every single competition is because of those series points. He's the defending champion from Arena Central, jumping over to East, and he's trying to go back-to-back. So many more stories that I could absolutely talk about. Cleveland, you guys had a great weekend. Honestly, stop by the merch stands, get your flags. Remember this day. Give yourself a chance to support your favorite drivers because, honestly, this is one to remember.
And you know what? If you're just like me and Carlos and you can't get enough Monster Jam, this doesn't have to be goodbye, Cleveland, because if your family loved the mayhem, the speed, the backflips, and all the action, just wait until May 2nd, 2026, because Monster Jam is taking over Huntington Bank Field. Pre-sales tickets start tomorrow, so you can grab your tickets tomorrow at monsterjam.com. Don't miss it, Cleveland. It's right here. We're bringing the action of Monster Jam back, so we want to see you there. Purchase your tickets at monsterjam.com. On behalf of my incredible team, our pit reporter, Alex Miniak, all of Cleveland's brand new friend, Carlos Sparks, my name is Keaton Stewart, and we'll see you at the next Monster Jam.